Now, how the fuck?
Why am I being chastised for not knowing Mortimer was an English like it's just a stupid name.
It doesn't matter how stupid the name is. It's a name. How you not know Morty is short for Mortimer?
Oh my god!
What the fuck would Morty be short for?
I don't know. I didn't even know it was short for anything.
You just thought Morty was just a name.
I did.
You just think Bob is a name? Rob is a name?
There are literally niggas named Bob.
Dick is just a name?
There are literally niggas named Dick. Not Richard. They're named Dick. So yes.
All right. Maybe that's not fair, but
it's like I seen one over the weekend. It was somebody and their name was like, I think it was like Millie, and I thought it was short for Melissa, and boy was I fucking wrong. Their name was short. It wasn't Melanie neither. It was like some wild shit.
Melissa-ny.
Yeah, basically some shit like that. And I'm just like, it was a musician named Melly. Oh, what's her name actually short for?
A musician named Melly? You talking about the nigga in jail?
Leave me alone. It was a woman.
Oh, so women can't be niggas? Okay.
Yo, yo. Oh man, yo.
We've been over this. Nigga is gender neutral, also race neutral. There's white niggas, Asian niggas, black niggas. Nigga is just a descriptor of people.
Look at this. The surname Mortimer has a Norman origin. And I'm just supposed to know what that means too, right? Oh, no. Surely you would know. Surely you would know about Norman origins.
Just because I know what Mortimer is as a name. How the fuck do I know what a Norman... What is Norman? I've never heard this shit.
Fill us in on the Normans, who are a population arising in the medieval Duchy of Normandy, from the intermingling between Norse Viking settlers and indigenous West Franks and Gallo-Romans. Y'all saying a lot of words right now.
If you don't stop talking, I want to commit acts of violence.
It's like, wow, you've never met anyone named Antioch? Like, that's crazy.
I know you made a joke, but...
You don't know anyone named Antioch. I'm not going to let you lie to me like this.
I'm not lying. I know two people.
I'm not going to let you lie to me like this. I'm not going to do it.
I know two people.
Unless they come to the podcast, I will never acknowledge them. They're not real people.
They gotta come to the podcast, like give their number.
Yeah, they had to be. You can't. Yeah, no, I can't see their Facebook page. That's not gonna count for me. None of that's gonna count for me.
You can't tell from my hysterical laughter that I really know two niggas named Antioch.
You've never heard of anyone named Antioch. Godfredo.
Niggas in the Bible was named Antioch. Wait, repeat that?
Goffredo, like Goffredo.
That sounds like the evil version of Fredo.
It's like a spin on Jeffrey, apparently, with the GEO.
Joffrey.
Injurious. Oh man, see, but this
Injurious. No, that's crack.
That's a great name. Yeah, that's great.
Crack. Oh man, I'm gonna name a 14th born son that name.
It's an Injurious Silpatrium III, and you're like, it's two of
y'all. And you know what? It's not even gonna be like a lineage thing, like Junior, the second, the third. I'm naming my kids the same name in order. It's gonna be the first one, Junior, second one, the second, third one, the third. It's just keep going.
No, that nigga say he the third, and like, it was two of y'all? Oh no, I just felt like, spiritually speaking.
Or give them numbers out of order, and it'd be like the seventh kids. Like there's three of y'all. No, there's a lot more. I'm actually the seventh one, and you're named the third.
He said, "Yeah, some of them he just didn't." It's a long story.
He thought it was funny. He didn't care about ruining our lives or anything.
I'm looking at now. I'm stuck in a loophole, not a loophole, but like a rabbit hole of like low Franconian dialects and Zealandic, which is a Friso-Franconian language. Like, what is? Thank you for this. You did this. This is your fault.
This is in no way, shape, or form my fault. You decided to Google
Rick and Morty. It's all started from Mortimer.
No, it started from Rick and Morty because they added Rick to multiverses.
Mm-hmm.
And then you decided to Google Rick and Morty because you didn't know which one was which. And you said the old one was Morty. And then it just went from there.
Like, so what is Rick short for?
Could be Richard. Could be nothing.
Now explain to me why I would think a child wasn't named Richard and the grown man wasn't named Morty or Mortimer. Excuse me.
Listen. You weren't talking about shortening names. I just said it seems weird for a 14-year-old boy to be named Rick and a scientist to be named Morty. Morty just fits the 14-year-old more to me.
I just in what world? Like how are we making that delineation? I just don't understand.
When you was a kid, how many niggas you know named Rick?
A few. Rick Fox.
No,
you mean like new person?
No, children, not nigga, not adults. You just proved my point.
But they
the old
niggas
named
Rick.
But how many kids did you know named Rick as an adult? How many kids?
If Rick is short for Richard, then I knew quite a few. If it's short for Ricky, I knew a few Rickies.
Oh, I didn't even think about Ricky.
Yeah, see? Like, why would I think his grown-ass man is not named Mortimer? Nigga, isn't he like 100 years old or something?
Think about kids being named Rick. That's a Rick Grimes. Nigga be biting zombies and stabbing people.
Listen, none of these names sound like a kid's name. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, none of these names are childlike. They could have said Roger, and I would have fucked around and guessed that was the grown man's name.
Roger the Alien?
Yeah, well, that nigga old, ain't he? Well, I'm gonna name my child Favre. Yeah, there we go.
I'm not a fan of that one. That's not really doing it.
I know, it's not. Edmund. Edmund is a hilarious name. I used to always love Edmund.
I need something. Yeah, I need something crazy.
Yeah, no, these aren't spicy enough. Don't worry about it. Yeah, these aren't like silly wild names. Actually, you know what? Let's look at them. Let's look at some Norman names.
Norman.
That's a wow.
Name. Wow. There's names named after. What is this? A language
these
or a group
are
of people?
Nuts. Okay, let's start.
What is Norman?
One. Norman is a. Let me see. They resemble French baby names to a great extent, largely because of the influence of French on the language. Norman. Where did that just come from? Fuck. I gotta go back to that link. Norman names. Well, Mortimer is a Norman name. And
no. I mean, like, what is Norman? Is that a group of people? Or
well, remember, that's what I said. It was the population. Let me just find it's basically like Norse Vikings that intermingled with people who were in West France, like in the Frankish Empire established by Charlemagne. So basically, French people and Norse Vikings.
The god?
No, the white man he named himself after.
Oh, he named himself. His parents did. Charlemagne. Wait, no. Actually, no. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that.
That's not his real name. He doesn't say that's a stage name,
like Percy or some shit.
Percy. I can see Charlemagne's name is Percy.
Actually, what is that nigga's name? Leonard. I knew this. Why did I know that?
Leonard.
It's not even Leonard. It's Leonard.
You know.
All right, but anyway, boom. So where was that list? Where was that list I had? Norman baby names, right? First one is Alis. Aalis. Wow.
Okay.
We got. I don't even know how to pronounce that. We got Alexandru. It's like Alexander, but like with a K and with a U at the end. We got Amice. Amice.
Yeah.
You got Arlotto.
That sounds like Big Lotto.
Oh, that means vagabond or tramp. That's kind of wild.
Eesh.
You got Berislav.
Mulatto.
Oh, Buford.
I've heard the name.
There we go.
Oh, Buford. Oh, well, you gotta be crazy to name your child Buford, yo.
I guess it was like more like Beaufort. It's like Beau. Well, no, that is how you. I don't know.
Listen, any nigga named Buford or Gilbert is destined for failure in life.
Oh my god, they got one. Bozho. Bozo. I love it. They got it.
Bozo.
Bozo, and it means a diminutive of Bozidar, meaning divine. Oh man, look how amazing that is.
So they took a divine name like Bozo and turned it into dunce, clown, bozo.
This is wild, disrespectful to the Norman folks. Yeah, we got Radomil, we got Brinjolf. Wow, that's insane.
These sound like fucking Dark Souls boss names. Rinjolf,
no, they definitely are
assorted.
Yeah, they got Dobine, the Saint. Dragoslava. Oh my goodness.
Dragoslava, the accused one.
Yeah, yo, these names are wild, yo.
Yo,
These
these names
are
are crack. Yo, I'm fucking with these names right here.
these shits are. I'm about to post them in general. These shits are insane. Yo. Like even the normal names, like they got Grigory, but it's like Grigori. It's like Grigori. Nigga couldn't even call him Greg. He said, "Nah."
Oh, it's probably named. It's probably Grigori.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, they got Ebe. IBB. Ebe.
Oh, that's the homie right there.
That's noble strength. Ebe.
Ebe. The homie Ebe.
Okay, they got John. That's a normal one.
Man, they always gonna have John. Yo.
John,
Black
Joyce,
girl.
Judith, Cresimir, of course.
Ooh, Crescent. I like that.
Lorenzo. They got
They
Lulu. Okay.
like the lemon.
They got Munzuk. Ninoslav. Petrucio. Oh, there we go. That's a form of Peter. That's definitely a JoJo nigga.
Why have I actually heard that name before?
I've heard Patricio, but not Petrucio. What else we got? We got Ruga. We got Talbot. What is a Talbot? Ain't that something else?
I think it's pronounced Talbot.
It's a fashion company. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I was about to say I knew that was something. You got
Borgard.
Tolmach, Unfried. Yo, these names are insane. They got Zimeno. Zimeno with an X. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Oh, they got Vidomir.
Yo, what about Zwan? Z-U-A-N, Zwan.
All right, now he's just starting to sound Russian.
Well, I mean, remember, this is like a... what was that other region that they said was also there?
Russia, probably.
No, hold on.
It said something about Slavic.
Low Franconian. Get that out of here. Yeah, and Gallo-Romans. What the hell are the Gallo-Romans? I don't know. Yeah. Hold on. He's still going. He's still going. Huh. Interesting. But anyway, all right. So we passed these Dark Souls names and shit. What we want to cover first?
Let's see.
First on our docket.
We have a docket. Oh, literally first is a cheating scandal that's gonna ruin a black man's career.
Well, first off, he ruined his own career. But second off, you want to start with that?
So he did ruin his own career, but the reason I said it's gonna ruin his career is because why does he need to be suspended for an entire season for cheating? That's like a personal thing between him and his wife. We know why he's getting cooked like this because of the person he was cheating with.
Right. So let's back up first, right? Because for people who don't know, they would have no clue. So Ime Udoka, right, a Nigerian man. For some people, that's all they need to hear. But we will keep going, right?
I wasn't going to mention that, but
for some folks, I remember seeing people. They were like, "Oh, he Nigerian." Oh, okay. All right, never mind. So he was a Nigerian man who was the head coach for the Boston Celtics. And for those who don't know, don't follow basketball, Boston Celtics went to the NBA Finals last year. So long story short, they were essentially the second best team in basketball last year with this man as the head coach. So there were some allegations. Well, first, there were no allegations. First, it was just he's facing a long suspension. So people were just like, huh? And then it was like, yeah, it's probably like a year. And people were like, wait, what? And so then rumors ran rampant, right? There was a whole bunch of, there were unfortunately women who, like, people named by name and pretended that those were the women that there were allegedly some sort of a affair with. And at this point, honestly, I still don't really know what happened. Like, all we know truly is that there was an improper, intimate relationship with a female member of the team staff
as well.
Yeah, and they also added consensual, but then there's some allegations that say it might not have been. So the only thing I truly know is that you did something with a woman on y'all staff, and that's what's getting you out of here. I don't know what you did. I don't know how consensual, because my thing is maybe it was consensual, started consensual, and I don't know, maybe it got shit. I don't know. No one knows. But I think, to your point, what you were saying, it's gonna ruin him either way, because it's like no one wants to touch this because we don't know what the hell happened, right? And so I think with all the uncertainty here, I think a lot of people are just gonna like, it's gonna taint it. Like this is how they're gonna remember it. Now with that being said, the reason why I say his fault is because, well, one, you had, if it was a fully consensual relationship, I mean, you did that.
He made the decision, yeah.
Yeah, but two, whatever it was, it's not as simple as you just fucking somebody that's not your wife. That's not it. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. You do not get suspended for a full season when you just came off of a NBA Finals appearance. The Boston Celtics, or really any basketball team on the face of the planet, in my opinion, would have protected this guy if all he did was cheat on his wife. I promise you, I shit you not. If all he did was cheat on his wife, which I'm not saying, when I say all he did, I'm trying to get people to understand this is through the lens of a basketball
NBA don't give a fuck. They care about money and winning titles. So
right. So if you got us close to winning a title, right? So close. I mean, mind you, we was damn near 2 wins away from winning a title. What was it, 4-2? I don't remember. But we were that close to winning a title. If all you did was cheat on your wife, dog, I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. So that's what leads me to believe there's a crucial part of this missing. And that's why, for me, it's like, I don't want to make any judgment because I know whatever's missing is the actual judgment. Like, whatever's missing is exactly what I would use to make that final judgment. And because it's not here, it's just like, well, this shit sounds weird. It looks weird. I'm going to wait and see. But I'm going to tell you right now, you don't get suspended for a full season for having sex with someone. Even if this was someone on y'all staff that you cheated on your wife with, I just don't see that giving you a full year. I can see that getting you suspended. I can see that getting you fined. I can see a lot of things happening because of that. But I think there's got to be a lot more here for me to really say to myself, dog, how do y'all get a coach who was, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, something's going on here. And there's something missing. And that's really where my head is at. Like, nah, there's something missing.
That's why I said, and there were rumors, like you said, nothing's been confirmed, but the only thing that really makes sense to me is that the person that he was having an affair with was also married to someone high up in the organization.
Yeah.
And I think even you told me that they got caught on a Ring camera doorbell.
Yeah, and
wild.
That was also one. I'm not even, again, there's been so many things swirling around. I don't even know if that was true or if that was proven or if it's like somebody said it, or I have no clue because we're not hearing anything. The only people who genuinely know what happened are shutting the hell up. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you get a whole bunch of people. Well, I heard that he do, and then it's like a game of what's that game you played in like kindergarten where y'all all whisper something into each other's ear and you see how it sounds when it get back to you.
Telephone.
Yeah, literally. It's like playing that, nigga. Like somebody will start with, Ime Udoka did do. And by the time I get to you, hey, Ime Udoka was slinging work. You're like, wait, what? No, hold on. Wait, what? How was he slinging? He had the fent? Ain't no way he had the fent, bro. What are you talking about? So I don't know. I really don't know. That's why I didn't mention the Ring doorbell thing because I remember I did see it. I did read it, but again, I don't.
Who knows if this shit?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, mind you, my sources would be Black Sports Online, my nigga. Like you get what I'm saying? Like it's just according to somebody from E magazine. Like, come on, bro. Like I can't. Yeah, I'm not gonna run with that. But yeah, I don't know. And then obviously there was a report that the woman was helping Yearlong move and all of that other stuff. But I
haven't seen that one. That's crazy.
Yeah, no. And don't get me wrong, like that's what I mean when I say like there's more to this. Like because this can't just be like, oh, you had sex with a woman in the organization. Like there has to have been some level of like you were doing something that you damn sure like just should not have at all been doing, like beyond cheating, because they would have excused cheating. Let's be real here.
They excuse cheating at every possible impasse because the sanctity of marriage and disrespecting women means nothing.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. So I know if it was just cheating, then that's not enough. So whatever it is, man, prayers up for the folks involved. Like I said, I don't even know who not to pray for, but I guess that'll come in time. But at this point, man, look, prayers up for everybody because who the hell knows what is going on right now.
Prayers up that I just randomly bump into Nia Long and she needs a man of my expertise, meaning someone that's not rich and cannot do anything for her in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm praying for. That she need a nigga below her.
Yeah.
That's what I'm praying for.
One thing I did notice though is that this definitely exposed like just how nasty some of the folks and some of these media systems are and how this shit works. Because day one, with damn near no evidence or no nothing, you get a whole bunch of niggas who. And my problem is, you get these people who probably have more information than we do, or I would even go so far to say is definitively have more information than we do, but they're not going to say the information, right? So
Yeah.
then the problem is, if you're not going to say the information, but then you're going to hint at a bunch of shit, it's like you just driving views to your shit. That's really all this is for, like, because what could you have said day one that would have been impactful? Nigga, literally nothing.
Yeah.
Like
Niggas just talking about, oh, he got suspended. And
yeah.
that's it. For what?
And then day two, oh, they updated it to consensual relationship, da. And then of course, there was that whole call for like, well, if it was a consensual relationship, then why is he the only one being exposed and da this and that? And I was like, because listen to how y'all talking. Like the clamoring, the amount of niggas begging for this woman's name to be released is exactly why they're not gonna release it. Like, and I'm not even looking
why
at
they need to release the name of the woman. Just say the nigga cheated. Doesn't matter who with.
Yeah, and they're like, well, why is she not taking some response? I'm like, dog, if she was married to, but my thing is, listen, if she was married, because no one fucking knows, but if she was married to someone else on the team, nigga, whether we release her name or not, she got a lot to answer for. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, y'all acting like, yeah, and they're like, oh, what's gonna affect her job? Dog, the fact that you slept with the head coach is gonna affect your job. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, I don't think, like, I get what y'all trying to say, but like, nigga, the head coach is the head coach. You're the person who's going to be publicly lambasted. So if something happens, it's publicly on you. They're not like, think about it. Put it this way. If I'm writing a news story or article, right, and I'm saying, and I know the name of the woman, what's the headline going to read? It's not going to have her name in it because who knows who she is? No one cares who she is, really. Because at the end of the day, it wouldn't have mattered whether this was, the VP, the VP's wife or this person's wife, because at the end of the day, it was an executive's wife. So it wouldn't have mattered which woman this was. You know what I mean? And my thing is, it's just like the fact that niggas are so greedy to expose this person or expose any of the other people involved, or, you know what I mean? It's just like, dog, y'all are just nasty. Like, it just proves, like, you give niggas a little bit and niggas just start outright lying just to feed a narrative. Like, nah, fuck it. Let's get it. Because that way they thinking if I lie hard enough, niggas might feel like they gotta say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they like, oh, all right, niggas is lying crazy. And I think that's what happened. Day one, they gave the indefinite suspension. And I think that they were willing to sit on that for a little while. And then when they saw the rampant speculation with the woman and where they were posting that lady's picture and all of that other shit, niggas is just like, okay, now hold on. We still ain't gonna give them enough, but we do have to provide a bit more context so niggas could leave these people the fuck alone.
I was gonna say, I still don't understand what was with the fervor. Why did y'all want to know who the other person was so bad?
You're just fucking nosy. It's just mess. It's just the love and hip hop age, nigga. Like, that's all. It's just a bunch of, and that's my problem. That's my problem. That's exactly why, where it's just like, bro, y'all sitting up here screaming about all these other principles and this and that. Well, if you're gonna hold him accountable, then why aren't we? But bro, because your accountability is public, because you are a public-facing coach. She is a woman in an office who no one knows. Or maybe she's the wife of a guy in office who no one knows. So why would she face public scrutiny or public accountability when she's just a woman? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's not a public-facing employee, nigga. Like, what are we talking about?
Why is public accountability even a thing? Why the fuck do the public feel a need to judge random people they don't know?
Not even that. But what I mean is, like...
Nah, I'm saying that, like, I don't know these niggas.
I'm not. When I say public, I don't mean to us. I just mean, like, it's like one of them things where, like, all right, like, you embarrass me in front of the world, you better apologize in front of the world.
Oh yeah,
right. Like, it's like one of them vibes. So it's like, now that this is all out, you did what you did in front of the world. No, you have to answer this in front of the world. I don't want you handling this behind closed doors and then just getting back to work like ain't shit happened. Nah, nigga, you better say something to them. You better figure out what to say to them. So it's just a weird ass situation. And I genuinely don't know what the hell is going on. But what I do know is at the end of the day, this is why I don't cheat. This is exactly why I don't cheat. I mean, I'm sure there's other good reasons, like morals and, like, standards, beliefs, and stuff like that. Yeah, not wanting to hurt your partner. I've heard those are good enough reasons. But for me, it's just like, I'm just not trying to, listen, doggy. So yeah, man. First off, prayers up for that. Not first off, but prayers up for that light skinned woman whose picture was circulating, boy, because she's
Who
had a
wasn't
rough
even
week.
the one that
Yeah, who had nothing to do with this. I bet she's and that's the part where I was just like, yo, can you imagine being her husband or her partner and you gotta sit through that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where
Even
it's
if
like,
she didn't have a husband or partner, niggas would just
just
wander
being
through the window, just
being your
being alone.
friends, your family, just people who know you. Like, and you just like, oh shit, yeah, man. You just, bro, come on, man. So yeah, it's just nasty, and that's why it's just like, but you see it happen so many times, and that's the current climate. It's like when people don't have information, they'll just outright lie to feed these algorithms, and it's
Yeah,
gotten
it's
so
sad.
fucking nasty.
It's clout, like niggas been saying for years. Clout is a hell of a drug, literally.
Yeah, man. But what else? What else? What do we want to talk about? Right? We can. I guess we
You
might as
know,
well stay on sports.
I was gonna say,
Go ahead. Go
we
ahead.
actually didn't. We didn't mention why we didn't have a pod last week.
Remember, we were supposed to come in here act like nothing happened.
That was the plan, because you were supposed to have a random guest last week, and you were supposed to just not discuss it at all, and then you were gonna act like we got into a random beef and not say anything at all, and then I just reappeared this week, but you didn't do that.
Yeah.
Remember, we discussed this. You're just supposed to have a random
Yeah.
nigga on, not discuss the fact that I wasn't there, and then just do it like normal. But
Yeah, so I'll tell you what. I'll explain to him why we didn't pod last week, and then you can speak about, I guess, the other half of why we didn't pod last week. So we didn't pod last week because my man's was going on a little vacay. Again, I'll let you give all the details when I'm done. But my man's went on a little vacay. So we weren't going to do the pod. I was thinking of maybe bringing a guest in, bringing some other people in.
now let's so like we were thinking of doing the pod. I suggested
Oh yeah,
two
that's right.
other
You
days that we could do it,
suggested
and you were
2 other days,
busy
and
both of
I
those
was
days.
smacked both. Like my schedule was smacked both of those days.
Not like smacked high, like smacked busy.
Like, yeah, like my jam
He
packed,
wasn't too
nigga.
high to do his job. So.
Oh no, man! Look, them niggas know, bro. I could come in here smoked and do this. Like, like, I mean, this. I've been drunk on air before. Like, it's not optimal, but it can happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he gave me 2 separate days. I think it was a Wednesday and a Tuesday or something like that. Wednesday and something else.
Yeah.
And Wednesday, I remember Wednesday vividly because that, like, when I tell you I woke up at like 9:00, and from like 9 to like 6:30, I was like busy, like, and it was nasty. Tuesday I think didn't work because I knew Wednesday was gonna be busy, so I had to get work done on Tuesday. And so we didn't do that, and so then we kind of just decided at that point. Well, he was just like, all right, well, I can't pod, so I guess you finna figure it out. So, I was either gonna do a solo joint or I was gonna try to find somebody for the week. And I had a couple people in mind, including Reef, obviously. But even some other folks that bring some interesting perspectives. And I think, when we get a little bit further down the road, I think we could definitely do that. Cause I'm the type of person, like, if I bring somebody on, I'd like to tailor the episode around who's on. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going, like, and not like entirely, right? Like, we can still come up with our own agenda and pick out what we want to pick out. But if there's any overlap or any connections that can be drawn, I would definitely like that. You know what I mean? And obviously when it's me, you, and Reef, like, we're, sort of, I wouldn't say the same, but we're similar enough to where we don't have to do that. But like, it's just probably certain people that I know, like, and I'd like to make them feel a little bit. Anyway, I'm just fucking rambling here. But so we didn't pod because I didn't find anyone else, and I wasn't gonna do a solo. And I also was still smacked. I was like, my schedule was fucking jam packed. So I was just like, you know what? I just ain't got the time for it this week. Bump it. But the plan was, I was gonna come on, make some little grand statements saying like, oh, due to unforeseen circumstances, Moise will not be here indefinitely. And I was gonna make it seem like a whole little controversy, a whole little.
Yes, that's what I wanted. That's what I
actually,
wanted.
I shouldn't even be giving the game away because we could probably still pull this off later on. Like,
oh yeah, I'll just take a random week off. Yeah, and I'll be totally fine. I'll just take the week
Mm-hmm.
off.
And then what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna try to come up with shots, like real subtle ones, like where it just seem like I'm shooting at you. Like, well, I guess I'm gonna really be shooting at you, but I'm gonna miss on purpose. Like I ain't gonna.
No, you go for the kill shots, and I'll just
He
come
said,
back and
nah,
defend
listen, yo,
myself
you
for
just.
an entire. You gotta make it believable.
But yeah, so that was pretty much the whole play. Like the plan was we just gonna make it seem like we had some shit going on. Not even on some like ooh, but it was just why not? Why not, fellas? Just spice some things up, have a little fun. We didn't do that because I didn't feel like potting by myself, and there were a few hitches with people I thought about bringing on. And so yeah, we skipped one, and so now we're back, man. We're back, and we're better than ever. And it's funny because I'm looking at the doc from last week, and I'm like, damn, I can tell this doc was a minute ago because I got like the Emmys on here, which was at this point was like 2 weeks
Enemies.
ago. You know what I mean? Like 3 weeks
Yeah,
ago, maybe
that's
that shit was a minute ago. So,
yeah. Damn.
but yeah, that's why we didn't pod. So, go ahead and tell the folks about your half of why we didn't pod because I'm sure you had a much better week than I did.
Yeah. So what happened was I got shot, and I was in the hospital
Mm.
for like at least 3 or 4 days. Next subject.
You got hit with a cummy cannon?
No, I went on vacation to Puerto Rico. My
The weekend
sister.
of a hurricane, might I add.
No, this is the weekend after the hurricane, or actually
Oh,
2 weeks after the hurricane.
was it? Oh, okay.
The hurricane hit the Caribbean a lot sooner than it's hit in America, so it hit in Puerto Rico and the Caribbeans like uh, a week and a half or 2 weeks before we even went.
Oh, okay.
Um, I had reservations about going, not because I was worried about a hurricane or weather or anything. I felt I kind of felt bad going because I felt like a colonizer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how when these storms hit Puerto Rico and they have like no power, like remember when Trump was president, he was there like tossing
Yeah.
fucking
Oh
paper
man.
towels to the crowd and not doing anything.
Do I
It
remember?
To me it just feels weird, or it feels bad going to a place where people don't have electricity or don't have running water. And I'm going to this luxurious resort that still has electricity and has running water and everything. To me, it just felt bad going.
Mm-hmm.
Like the situation is going on in Hawaii right now, where the native Hawaiians on the island don't have water because all the mega hotels and resorts are taking all the
Yeah.
water so all the tourists can go.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I was feeling like when I was going. But when I got there, when I started talking to some of the people there, um, first off, it's not a water crisis, so it's not like they're taking up all the water from communities that need it. So that's one strike off. Um, Another thing is the hotel. It, it's not like this place is sucking electricity from other places, and some people can't have electricity. Um, the place where I was staying had generators that kept everything on. It was a pretty big resort, and they said they had like dozens of generators to keep the entire place on. So it's not like they're sucking up the power grid, taking energy from other people. So that made me feel a lot better once I got there, because, like I said, it felt kind of like, I don't know, just taking advantage of the misfortunate when I went there.
Mm-hmm.
But so back to the original point, it was for my sister's wedding. We were originally supposed to go back in August, but she ended up catching COVID, and she caught it. Well, I don't know when she caught it, but she tested positive the day before the flight to go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, how
So
did that work on her end? Because I imagine was that covered?
yeah,
Or
I mean, it's COVID. There's nothing you can really do. So she just told the wedding organizer what happened, and they held everything and they just rescheduled it. So there was no refunds issued, but she didn't lose any money or anything. They just picked a different date. Now, me on the other hand,
yeah,
I
you were
lost
cooked.
money. Yeah, because it was the day before, so the hotel, it cost like almost $700 for the time that I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got some of the money back, but I didn't get all of it back because it was a day beforehand. They kept half the money, basically half of each day that I was there. Which, when you say it like that, it doesn't sound that bad. But half of the money for each day that I was there is half the money. So just say you're taking half the money. Don't try to
Yeah, so
sugarcoat it and say
yeah.
you took half the money for
Well,
each day.
no,
Nigga,
it's
you
only for
kept
the
half
days
the
you
money.
showed up. It's like or
Yeah,
only for
like
the days you would have came. It's like nigga, so that's the whole trip. What are you?
y'all kept half the money. But anyway, that's besides the point. So it was kind of a fucked up situation because it already got rescheduled once since you had COVID. And then if it would have got rescheduled again because of a hurricane, that would have been fucked up. So luckily we missed the hurricane by
I feel
a
like at
week
that
and a half,
point,
2
that's
weeks.
God like, yo, get off the island, bro. Like
She said I wouldn't have gave a fuck. She said she would have came regardless. She said she would have got on the boat and swam here. But um no, we went and it was beautiful. It was truly an experience.
not to sound like an old white woman, but this is beautiful, dog.
When have you heard an old white woman say this is beautiful, dog? Specifically the dog part.
You must not
That's
know
what
the old white woman I know.
I damn sure don't. I never heard a white woman's. You talking about Martha Stewart? She been hanging out with Snoop Dogg?
Nah, yeah. Talking about them 62-year-old Deborahs, yo, they be acting up.
Oh no,
Anyway,
Deborah's.
you
No,
did
don't
bring
just
up
try to say this.
you did bring up something interesting though about sort of about like the whole colonization vibe because that is something that I feel like moving forward it's going to be interesting because that's probably going to be true of every place when you start really getting into it.
Yeah,
You, you're reefing the building, but that's probably going to be true. Um, pretty much like especially with the pace of how shit is being utilized and climate
and global
change
warming
and
and
global yeah right all of
yeah.
that shit like I like so to me it's a scary thing to think of in the sense that this I
In
mean
some
like
places, if you're gonna go there, you're actively gonna be hurting the people that live there
yeah
just
and it's
from
just
even
yeah
going there.
and I think that number is going to increase drastically over the next 10, 15, 20 like
And
so it's
it's a double edged sword. It pisses me off because I was born in this world. How you gonna tell me where I can't go? But at the same time, these people here don't got drinkable water, and I'm gonna go to a hotel resort that's
that's
sucking up
taking the
water from
little
these
bit of
people.
drinkable water you got yeah
Like that's I can't support that, but
yeah
I want to go there. I want to see Hawaii.
Yeah, and for me, that's why it's like, and even the harder part is like some people are just like, look, I don't even want you coming here to respect niggas. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even want you coming here to like to buy into the local economy. Like, nah, I'm good off of that. Just don't come. Period. Like, and I'm not gonna hold you, man.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I understand the concept. I wholeheartedly get it, and for me, for that reason, I tend to shy away from that. But like you said, like if somebody's planning something, da da da, I'm going, and I just there's no way. Like you can say whatever you need to say, but like you said, nigga, I'm a human on this earth, motherfucker. Like it ain't no passports are fake, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? Like
Yeah,
none of that shit.
exactly.
Like yeah, like yeah. So it to me, it is tough. I mean, some people would just like, oh, it's not very tough at all. It's just yeah, no, I get it. I get exactly what you're saying. But like,
There's something. It's not very tough at all. I'll just go and do what I want.
no, not even that,
Fucker.
or the other way, right? It's not tough at all. Like I'm just not gonna go. If they told me they don't want me there, then I'm like, yeah, but like the fuck are you? Like to tell me I should not go anywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just to tell me I can't
So,
come to a
nigga,
place, even if I'm gonna
it's not like I'm the
come
one that
here and
did
support
this.
niggas and do this and do that. Like it's I get it. Like I said, I do get it. And so that's why I shy away from it. Like, but it's like I don't even really get into the arguments either because I'm just like, bro,
Oh yeah, no,
I
y'all
really
got it.
don't
I'm not gonna get into arguments, but
yeah, I don't agree much with it. But like I said, out of respect, I'll just leave it alone.
yeah,
Out of respect, I'm just not
that's
gonna
about
go.
it.
But again, like if my boys is like, yo, we going out to Hawaii, we going out, da da da. I'm going with my boys. Like I'm not about to sit up here and have that discussion or you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna do what I need to do. And if niggas want to feel away and feel away, do what you got to do. But you know, I just know me, my personal. Like I'm not coming here to do that. And I know where I'm gonna spend my money. I know how I'm gonna try to honor some of y'all local. I'm the nigga who's gonna at least do some of my research because I'm gonna have that feeling.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Because
Yeah, exactly. Like at the end of the day, first off, I'm not the one that did all this. I didn't damage the ecosystem. I didn't suck up all the water. And while I'm there, I'm gonna try my best to support local businesses. Literally, the only thing that I'm paying for here is the room. I'm only buying local the entire time I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So I
then
mean,
that's what I did when I was in Puerto Rico. I was taking taxis everywhere. I was tipping niggas 20, $30, trying to support the local economy. We didn't eat. The only thing we ate in the hotel was breakfast. Everything else we went outside and ate outside the hotel. So
yeah.
we were
So
supporting local businesses and
yeah.
everything.
So
So
that's my thing. Like if I had to go back to Hawaii, I'd go back and I just wouldn't give my money to white folks. That's all.
yeah,
Um,
Howleys.
I'm sorry, the what?
Howleys. That's what they. It's like Gringo, right?
Yeah, no, I figured that. It had that vibe to it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know what you said. I just that sounds very slurish.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man. So yeah, that was why we didn't pod last week. What else we got on this list? We can talk about the hurricane. We could talk about
You can talk about Jeffrey Dahmer and how Boosie, one of the dumbest niggas on the planet.
Wow, okay. I didn't think Jeffrey Dahmer and Boosie would be in the same sentence, but go ahead. Well, they are
Go
birth motorers, but go ahead.
No. Go to Instagram real quick and go to the chat.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, I want you to see what he said and where he's coming from.
Okay, folks. Here we go.
And just scroll up a little bit. Read it for the people at home.
Okay, that's not what I expected Boosie to say.
You thought it was gonna be worse than that.
Wow. I had no. Okay. Anyway, so Mr. Boosie Badass says, as Black people, there's no comma here, but I'm adding it. We should boycott the Jeffrey Dahmer movie. Okay. What he did to our Black kids is sick. Netflix, take this movie down is sick. I'm gonna be honest. When you mentioned Boosie had a comment on the Jeffrey Dahmer movie, I just was under no impression that this would be his take. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I partially agree with it. Like I don't care for any of these true like murderer doc things.
Yeah, let's
like
say,
I
but
don't,
you don't like any of the.
I don't like any of them, and it's not to me. It's not even as deep as like the whole Black. It's just like I just don't care.
That's what pissed me off, and why I said Boosie is stupid, because he said, as Black people we should boycott. So he said, as Black people we should boycott the Jeffrey Dahmer movie, as if Jeffrey Dahmer is getting paid for the movie. We should boycott the movie like we're supporting him or something.
Yeah, I
first off,
yeah, I get what you're
no, I was about to get it.
Go
First
ahead.
off,
Yeah, keep going.
This is probably to date the best adaptation of what Jeffrey Dahmer did. Because everything else, all the documentaries, all the movies, all the shows, all the articles, they always try to romanticize him and try to make him see like, oh, he's this charismatic guy that you wouldn't.
Yeah, that was always the angle. Yeah,
that was always the angle. And this movie is the first time that it's ever been made clear that most of his targets, like, what is it, 80% were Black or people of color? I never even knew that. This whole time, I thought he was just like going after white people. I never knew it was like Black and POC. And then the whole scene where he had a 14-year-old a Black kid, and they, you know the one I'm talking about, where the person ran out the house and they came across police, and then the police gave him back to Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, I remember.
This whole time, I just thought this was just some white person, but apparently it was racism. It's racism. It was Jeffrey Dahmer said, "Don't listen to that Black bitch," and then the police was like, "Oh well, I'm not gonna listen to that Black bitch," and then they just gave him back, and then that's
yeah. And then on top of that, I mean, you figure you see two men or boy, man, and you just think, oh, they gay too. Man, I'm good. Let me get out
I'm not even finna deal with this shit. So this whole whatever Boosie's talking about, nigga, if you wanted to boycott something about Jeffrey Dahmer, there's been 7 billion other movies or comics made about it, or news strips, or docu-series or TV shows, and your stupid ass want to boycott the only one that actually shows
that actually exposes what he did
is
and why it
and the
was
racism and the homophobia. All he
yeah.
saw, he's just an ignorant nigga. He just he
Of
didn't
course.
know anything about it to beforehand. So all now he's seeing fucked over and getting black people getting killed. So he's like boycott it.
Yeah,
You're a fucking stupid bitch.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I get everything you said, and I agree with most of it. I just think for me, I just like you even saying like this is the best adaptation. Why the fuck are there so many adaptations in the first place? Like, why is Jeffrey Dahmer someone I need to know about? Like that's the part where I feel like we're lying to ourselves.
With true crime and,
right. And that's the part where it's just like this is an industry. Like, let's be honest here. Let's call it what it is. This is a reason to make money, a chance to make money, and in my opinion, I don't think they truly care about highlighting the racism. It's just one angle that it shows to go with. That wasn't. It's. I don't think anyone cares. I think this is a money grab because my whole point is, what good is it for you to highlight the racism, and people are like, oh, I never knew that, when you're still re-traumatizing the people involved with this anyway, and that part just doesn't matter. But at least we get that part about the racism out. And I remember reading that through articles. Like I remember. Mm-hmm. Reading that through articles that was what it was. It was racism. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, like you said, it wasn't through like news articles. Mine was off Cracked. You know what Cracked is, the website?
Yeah.
Literally, it was like Cracked.
About Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yes. Cracked was talking about Jeffrey Dahmer. It was a whole article about times where like cops racism basically like did something like aided in like somebody like who was real nasty, and Jeffrey Dahmer was on the list. And so for me, it's just like, but again, and I always tell people like, it's just whether it's true or not, I just don't have interest in these. Like Dexter. Mm-hmm. I didn't watch Dexter. I just don't have any interest in that. People told me it was a great show. I'm like, bro, I don't like you. All these shows, I don't care. I never want to see a white guy killing people, like just indiscriminately because that's your bag. Like I just never care about that. Even if you're black, really, I'm not interested.
See, I also haven't seen Dexter, and I also haven't seen You, but it's for a different reason that you had. For a reason, those shows just didn't interest me.
Mm-hmm.
But I still like true crime. Like I'll listen to true crime shit on YouTube all the time, or listen to podcasts. But for the reason, just You and Dexter just didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also that's not true crime. That's fake crime. So
it's fake crime of the same vein, similar vein. Yeah,
similar vein. So it's like I like true crime, but it's like you said, I don't obsess over these people. Like I don't know why Jeffrey Dahmer has 7,000 documentaries or movies. I literally haven't seen any of them, and this is the only one that I've ever actually been invested in or interested in because of all the stuff I've been seeing about how he mostly targeted black people. And I'll probably watch it just because of for brevity.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't watched anything else besides this. I know what happened. I've read about him.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen enough. I never really needed to really get into it. It's like I never really cared that much about serial killers. And most of the true crime stuff that I watch, it's not even about serial killers. I'll be listening to like fucking let's not be stories on Reddit. I'll be like, oh, this nigga followed me home from a park. Oh, or this nigga tried to stab me and then my dog bit his arm. That's shit I be listening to. I be listening to niggas on Reddit like, yo, bro, I was at the subway and this nigga tried to fucking take me home with him. What's up with that? That's what I be listening to. Nigga, I was at the bar and this nigga pulled out a gun and told everybody to get on the down. And then the bouncer came in and put that nigga in a chokehold.
He said,
that's what I be listening to. I don't really care about like serial killers or like serial essayers, stuff like that.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, Reef even said it in the chat. He's saying, you can be interested in a crime, but not glorify the criminal. And
yeah, exactly.
I think that's true, but I think how often does that truly happen? Like, that's kind of what the true crime industry is set up on. It's set up on y'all not necessarily glorifying the criminal, but like people are so enamored with this person. They're so, and they're not even interested in the crime anymore. Honestly, it's about that person. They want to know the psyche of the person, the psychology. They want, like, because you see people who
remember. There's a whole show called Criminal Minds about fucking serial killers and FBI agents trying
oh
to
yeah,
track them
yeah,
down and shit.
the unsub.
They,
Yeah, I used to watch Criminal Minds, the unsub. But really, my big issue with these shows isn't the show itself. It's really not the depiction of anything on the show. My issue is that when this comes out, with all the people who are speaking about it, with the fact that you had Evan Peters on it, who is known for playing sickos, so he's gonna knock it out the park, right?
wait, is Evan Peters known for playing sick?
Yeah, Evan Peters was he was in American Horror Story, and you already know how that should go.
Like this is gonna sound crazy, but I've never seen American Horror Story. What I really know Evan Peters from is from fucking being Quicksilver in the
I
X-Men
was just about
movie.
to say that. Yeah, I was just
That's what I
about
know
to
him
say
from.
that.
So I don't know what sickos he been playing. I know that nigga as Quicksilver. He's a
Um,
hero in my book.
American Horror Story was really like the one. I mean, mind you, like just I had never watched American Horror Story, but I remember like
I've heard, yeah, I know he was.
I
in
was
it.
around a lot of people who consistently watched it every week, so I basically would get a week by week recap every week, just because like I'd meet up people, they'd be like, "Yo, did you see the last episode when they da da da?" And I would just hear some of the shit, and I'm like, "Bro, y'all watching a show where a nigga got a drill as a dildo, and what are we doing here?" Like, yeah, exactly. I ain't even gonna finish that one, but it's like, what are we doing here? Like, and
is
it's
that
just
a real episode?
yes, it unfortunately is.
That's fucked.
And it was also SA, so it's like,
damn, no, what the fuck?
but that's what I mean. So the nigga's good for playing that, but I think that's my real thing with this is that because think about it, you put this out right, and what happens is you got Evan Peters.
Before you get into it, I just want to say you fucked up my joke because when I was saying that's fucked up, I was gonna laugh and be like, "What episode was that?" And then you said it's essay, and I'm like, "Okay, I don't want to know anymore."
I saw we. But yeah, so my issue then becomes you get this show, right? It's a huge Netflix production. Netflix is backing it. It's gonna do numbers because again, everyone's talking about it. Evan Peters is a dude who's known for playing sickos, and what happens is this now creates an environment where somebody's gonna go like, okay, I guess the Ted Bundy story's coming next, right? Like, I guess the so and so story's coming. So now that like again, it's confirmation, and that's my issue, right? This is confirmation that this works and this is successful for, and you already know how these industries work. All it takes is one guy to do it, take some of the heat, and then people are like, okay, I see how I respond to that.
You're behind the curve. There was already a Ted Bundy Netflix special in fucking who was the nigga from High School Musical? Zac Efron. He was Ted Bundy.
Let me see. Oh, 2019. Oh, okay. Yeah, believe me, they'll come back to it. They'll get back to it.
They'll get Ed Gein next, the nigga from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah, they'll find a few.
The furniture nigga. Yeah.
And that's kind of my whole thing. Like, I don't necessarily. It's like what Reef is saying. I don't necessarily have a problem with like niggas speaking on the crimes that some of these folks did because, you know, I mean, they did them. It is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? But I just think that we do have a responsibility, or not us as viewers. I mean, well. Maybe. I don't know. I just don't watch it anyway because I don't really care. But the people who make it have responsibility because it's like, dog, like, what message do you then send to the rest of your industry, right? What do you then...
Like, you know, the whole reason that they make these, like you said, it's all about making money.
Yes.
And the reason that they can make... The reason they think they can make money about this is because people want it. Mm-hmm. And you know why they think people want it is because they're sick fucking people that idolize this shit. Like, think about all the serial killers that are on death row, like Ted Bundy, fucking all these people. You know, they had women that were lined up to like marry
writing them letters, and my problem is, right, this doesn't just stop at these types of things because we saw this with Dylan Roof. We saw this with a couple other shooters and people like that, where you get these people professing a love for killers and murder. And so it's like, dog, I just don't think, and obviously that's the extreme. I'm not saying that's everyone in the community, but the problem is when those are the extremes in the community, I think it behooves the community to then ask themselves, what's so different between me and that person? Like, maybe that guy's insane, right? Maybe he's just batshit insane. And that's why he went that route with this. But what makes me so different that I couldn't slip down that same, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's the part where it's just like, I don't think that's coming because that requires introspection, and people just aren't going for that. They're not here to watch this for self-awareness and introspection. It's just, I'm going to watch about this story and be like, oh, that'd have never worked on me. Yeah, we know. Like, we know. You know, like, and that's one thing I always hated. Like when niggas will see the, bro, how you fall for that? The same way y'all fall for that stupid shit y'all fall for every day. What are you talking about? Like your boss is playing you right now. You fell for it. Your man is playing you right now. You fell for it. Your boy is playing you right now. And you felt like you can't convince me these niggas what they do. Like, and that's, I think, and I feel like the same way about reality TV. I think a lot of people watch it for that. Like they get off on sort of like seeing like, nah, that can never be me. I move differently, man. Ted Bundy, it never got me. And it's just, you know, it's like it's cool, I guess, you know, but you know, I don't know. For me, it's just, and the other thing I seen was you know, because people was talking about Jeffrey Dahmer's family, and they were just like, well, fuck the family. I'm like, bro, they are victims. What do you mean? Like, nigga,
Yeah, you act like they fucking told him to do it.
And the thing I always said, I don't care if they beat that boy every day, dog. You know how many people just become regular criminals from that? Nigga, why would you know what I'm saying? Like, I had nothing to do with you doing this. I don't want to hear that. I might have driven you down the wrong road, right? And led you down a bad path. But nigga, you chose this path specifically. You did that. Wasn't me. Wasn't nobody else but you. So to me, I'm just like, bro, I don't really care what the parents, they was abusive. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm assuming they might have been or were, but who the fucking knows? But my whole point being is just like,
you know how many people turn out to be serial killers
without any of that. Yes, yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
nothing,
that's just something else. I don't know what spurs that, but it ain't bad parents, nigga. Like, it's a lot of it is societal conditioning and all of that stuff, which kind of gets me back to my point about these movies ain't just like, it's not about your own individual understanding. It's about the way that this shit interacts, all the environment interacts, right? Like, it's like, so I don't know. To me, I just, you know, like I said, I don't really have much interest in these types of shows, so I usually don't watch them. Niggas have like, oh, you should watch it. I'm like, I'm just not going to. I don't have any great reason. I don't have any you know, some racially motivated, like, nah, not my people. Bro, I have nothing. I just don't want to see this shit. Like, I've never wanted to see this content. Like, it's never appealed to me. Like, the fake ones, the real, like, some of the fake ones, like, again, Criminal Minds was cool for a little bit, but like, I'm good. I've just never wanted to see this. So,
the shit that I really like watching is I like watching shit about cults. That's interesting to me, and I like watching shit about haunted places where like niggas either get like possessed or. And I'm not talking about movies. I'm talking about, you know, there's series. You're like, oh, this house is haunted and shit like that.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I like. If you're watching reality shit about crimes, I like cults, and I like niggas getting possessed by the devil and murdering 3 people.
I did one on not did one, but like I read.
You know, you was on there.
I'm screaming.
Was you possessed or was the interview? Which one was you?
I did one of those. But nah, I remember reading one about who was Jim Jones? What was it? Jamestown, Georgetown, something like that, right?
Jamestown, yeah.
Jamestown, yeah. I remember reading one about that. And that one was kind of wild. And I even remember they had audio, like the tape. I don't know if you know, but it's like the actual tape of the actual recording when they all went into the room and drank the Kool-Aid. Yeah, no. So
was they suffering?
I mean, it's one on one.
Like, was it a quick death or was it like
the tape is 38 minutes long? So you tell me. But no. So
it pick like a more conspicuous poison or like.
Well, the problem was it was a lot of people. It was a couple hundred people, and you also got to understand, what do you think happens when you got hundreds of people in the room, and the first 10 people take it and drop, and now niggas start panicking, like, you know what I mean? Like, and so you hear it on the tape, like you can hear, you know, babies crying, like everybody's wilding out, and that's why it was like stuff like this where I'm just like, I just feel like consuming this type of content regularly can't be good for you. And it's people who will swear to you like, nah, I'm just different. It's like, bro, don't make me point at the sign. You are not immune, bro. You are not immune, dog. Don't do that. Like again, I'm not judging you for it because, I mean, shit, I spend my time doing bullshit. But it's like, if you are consistently, I'm talking like consuming, like really consuming, like let's say like your number one source of media consumption would be true crime. Like, you do need to inspect that. And I think a lot of people just are on autopilot. They throw a pod on, it's 2 hours, they listen to it there. Then they watch a YouTube video that's 30 minutes there. And it's like, bro, you're consuming 3 hours of true crime every day. You're trying to tell me that stops and ends when you stop watching it? It's not possible, bro. Like
I'm thinking
it's
about
just not
Favre
possible.
all the time, yo.
Yeah, it's just not possible, dog. So again, it's just.
Speaking of Colts and Jim Jones, have you seen a movie called The Sacrament?
I might have. I thought you was gonna say speaking of Colts, Jonathan Taylor, or speaking of Jim Jones, Dipset, The Sacrament. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
It's a movie I saw. I think it came out in like 2014.
Eli Roth. Let's see.
Oh yeah, you know Eli Roth, the nigga that made Green Inferno, the nigga that was.
I don't know why I know Eli Roth, but I know his name.
He made Cabin Fever.
Might be it.
He made Cabin Fever. He made Green Inferno. He was in Inglourious Bastards. He was the
He made Hostel. He made Cabin Fever.
Hostel, yeah.
He did Inglourious Bastards? What?
He didn't make it. He was in it. He was the
Oh, he starred in it. Gotcha. I was about to say, huh?
No, that was Quentin Tarantino.
I know. That's why I was confused, because I was like, I'm pretty sure there was another notable nigga on that one. But yeah, okay, gotcha. But
no, the reason I brought this up is because to me, this is a really good movie. It doesn't have good rankings, but I really liked it. It was interesting. It was from the perspective of a Vice reporter that was going to a cult or a commune that his sister joined, and they were just trying to document like the everyday life of the cult and everything that was going on.
Now, why would they think they would let him do that?
No, they did let him do that. That was the thing. The cult was getting a bad rep in the media, so they wanted to have people come in. Yeah, exactly. So they wanted to show them that they weren't like fucked up or anything. And it just so happened that one of the people in the cult is a sister of a Vice News journalist. So the sister called them in and they did whatever they did. So they're doing the reporting and everything. And then obviously the cameraman sees some shit that he shouldn't see. Somebody probably got tortured to death or something. I don't know. It's cult stuff. But the movie ends with everybody taking a toxic concoction like George, like Jim, like Jimtown, whatever that shit's called.
Jamestown.
He
said Jimtown.
Because I was thinking about Jim Jones, but it ends with people taking concoctions and keeling over and passing like Jamestown, and the people that didn't want to take the concoction were getting gunned down by the armed guards, and then the armed guards were taking the concoction. So it's just like
essentially what happened. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, like exactly. That's what
there wasn't that much of folks getting gunned down because there wasn't that many people trying to get gunned down. But yeah, that's essentially what it was.
Yeah, it's like if you get into one of these cults and then you decide I don't want to die today, the niggas that are really ride or dies, the diehards, are like, nah, you're dying today. That's it.
And that's even the same thing, right? Because people will do the same thing with the cults. Like, man, I would never went for that shit. I'm like, bro, you're a Christian. Like, please don't.
You going for this shit right now?
Yeah, like, don't get wrong. Like, y'all niggas might be cool at y'all church. You're literally going for the shit right now. Like, all they gotta do is turn that notch up 2-3 levels, and before you know it, they can, like, and that's what people fail to realize. Like, first off, a lot of these people, they target certain people. Like, they know who they target. You know what I mean? Like they start talking to you and. I've just been feeling real hopeless and myself. And he said, I'm about to juggle. And it's the same thing with Scientology. Like, they know who to get. Like, and don't you know, sometimes they get the wrong niggas, and niggas are just, what we doing here? And they sit them down like, all right, look, bro. I'm not sure why you asking all these questions and all. That seems a little weird to me. But
it's fucked up because usually we try to pick a certain type of people, but like you here now,
and so I just feel like
not gonna let you go, bro. Like I feel for you for sure. You not the type to be brainwashed,
like
so we gonna torture you instead.
You said not even that. Like we might let you go, but like just
you always gonna feel our influence. We gonna be sending you shit. We gonna always know your address. Yeah. We gonna always know your phone number, no matter how many times you change it.
You can be looking over your shoulder your whole life, nigga.
That's fucking terrifying. Like, how does Scientology just get away with this?
Well, listen, man. I tell you
we can't get into on the pod. We might get canceled. We might get put into a Scientology. We might be getting put into a re-education camp, people.
I will tell y'all, man. There is a whole series of operations that the Scientologists carried out in the
Stop talking
70s.
about this. Stop talking
Y'all
about
need to
this.
go look them up. Hold on,
I
there's
already
one.
know.
There's
I
one
know.
specific one that I need to look up. I
A
can't remember where it
specific.
was.
If it's a specific one, that means it's the worst one, and that means that we're gonna be on their radar after this.
Uh, hold on.
Nah, look it
What's
up
one of
though.
these
'Cause
ones?
fuck these niggas.
What was it? It was one of these ones.
I've seen so many interviews of people escaping Scientology and talking about the conditions, and it's literally a cult.
No, it's 100% a cult.
The
Yeah.
only niggas that don't get treated like absolute dirt and roaches are the famous niggas like fucking Tom Cruise and John Travolta. Who else? Not who else is a famous nigga in Scientology? Remember?
Isaac
Oh
Hayes
no,
was,
remember?
wasn't
Yeah, he dead though.
he? Yeah.
That's actually why Isaac Hayes left South Park because they had an episode making fun of Scientology, and
Oh, that's
you
what it
know
was.
Isaac Hayes was the voice of Chef, so he left South Park, and then they had a whole episode where it was just about killing Chef off.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching that as a kid.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's called Operation Snow White. Y'all look that up, and
I heard that.
even
Yeah,
if you don't want to look too much, just go to Aftermath and Trial, and really
Aftermath.
start thinking about why some of those things happened the way that they did, and then we can slide right past this. But yeah, Operation Snow White. I'm gonna say it again. Make sure y'all niggas look at that up. I got a long standing hatred for these niggas, so
Oh yeah,
fuck
fuck
them.
every nigga in Scientology.
All of
Every
them.
nigga.
You were Clearwater, someone dick. You were not the whole state, but like the state, not the whole country.
You said
Damn,
state?
not country.
Country? What's going
Look,
on here?
they pouring something in my drink.
Yeah, they definitely trying to. Yeah, they trying to trap you.
But I guess
Yeah.
we can go from what we finna talk about. What we finna talk about? Because once we get back on the sports, I feel like we gonna stay on sports. So I feel like we might as well cover the non-sport topics.
So let's see. We said
We got the student loan forgiveness that he updated the rules, man. Biden, he did it again, the little slimy W.
oh, he made it worse. What happened?
He made it. He updated the loan forgiveness rules because there were some GOP states that was suing him, and so he basically reversed some of the loans about who would
Why he ain't
qualify.
telling niggas to suck to his dick, yo?
You know,
That's not very dark branded of him.
So basically, it was Perkins loans and FFEL loans, right? Don't even worry about what them shits is. But so long story short, previously, they were all eligible, everybody was good, right? But then on Thursday, today, they changed the language, and they pretty much said that borrowers with federal student loans not held by ED, which would be oh my god, who's ED? Is that the education department? Excuse me. So any not federal student loans that are not held by the federal office cannot obtain one-time debt relief by consolidating those loans into direct loans. And I think the reason for this, to spell that out, because that might sound weird. Essentially, what niggas could have did before this was they could take their privately held federal loans, right? Consolidate them into the direct loan program, and then they would be eligible for the debt relief, right? Now they were getting sued, and I think what they might have realized is, yes, those are federal loans, but they're privately owned. And so what happens is, if I forgive a privately owned loan, even if it's a federal loan, now that person who I forgave it from, like, they have an argument to say, well, somebody owe me money. I don't know who it is, right? It used to be the borrower, but you forgave it, but somebody owe me money.
Sneaky. That is sneaky.
Yeah. And so that's essentially how this works. So I think they've kind of might have realized that and said to themselves, okay, now they're starting to sue. Let's make sure.
Had to get the best possible lawyers on the planet to figure this shit out.
I think
who would have thought of that?
I think that was pretty evident, because it says it right here. Like, it's saying they're assessing whether to provide relief to borrowers with privately owned federal student loans. Think about it. That was after they already gave the guidance. So they already knew, like, we might take this out depending on how it go. And so think about it. Basically what they're saying is you can take your privately held federal loans and then consolidate them into a different type of loan, and it'll be eligible. So I can already see how, if I'm the nigga who's owed money, I'm gonna sit up here and say, nah, y'all can't let these niggas reclassify their loans get it forgiven, and then now I'm just on the hook for the bread. Which again is still some slimy shit, but that's just how it's going to operate. So I think they said this affects around 800,000 borrowers.
God damn.
Which again, but to me, it just goes back to show, like, dog, like, if this is only affecting 800,000 people, why didn't y'all just forgive it and pay them niggas? Like, bro, money's fake. Like, I'm so sick of this, yo. I'm so sick of this, yo. Money is literally fake.
To you.
No, money it's a series of zeros and ones, bro.
Yeah, it's fake to everybody, but it's only fake to the people that don't control it.
But it's fake to everyone, bro. It's fucking fiat currency. It's literally backed by faith. The moment I stop believing in this shit, it just vanishes. It's gone.
You say that, nothing. But niggas not gonna stop believing in it. That's the fucking the annoying part.
Let's hope so. But but no, I mean, so to me, my issue then is like, you're doing all this, you're gonna basically leave these $800,000 borrowers out to dry, because it's like, well, we would save y'all, but then unfortunately, if we did that, then maybe we would be liable to get sued, or there'd be some challenges to this. And it's like, bro, just do it and pay them niggas in advance. Don't even wait for them to sue. Now, granted, I'm sure that them companies would still sue, and they'd probably sue you for interest, because that's where they make their money. They don't make their money off of just giving you the money. Like, I don't make my money off of loaning you $40,000 and you paying me $40,000 back. That's not making me money. That's a favor, nigga. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to loan you some money. The interest rate is through the roof. I want you to take 20 years to pay this back, so that way I can triple up and jug you. So then if the federal government steps in and says, well, all right, you owe $38,000 now, that's no taxes, we just gonna forgive it right there. Them companies might mess around and sue like for 60, talking about some, nah, on average it would have took them 15 years. So realistically, I'm missing out on 60,000, not 38. But again, it just comes back to our government being pussy. Like, niggas are just scared of what? The equivalent of 800,000 people's student loans, bro? Like, I'm not that good with math, bro, but I promise you that number is less than, like, it's probably like 30 million. Like, again, these are zeros and ones, bro. Add another comma to that nigga shit and then send it over. Who gives a shit, bro? These are just zeros and ones. These are numbers. These aren't real numbers.
You're the only nigga
I'm not.
Has the correct,
I'm not.
Well, you're not. No,
oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
you're not the only nigga that has his opinion. Nigga, every sensible person on earth has this opinion.
Even
but the niggas in control don't have this opinion. They're not just gonna change a zero because of some made up bullshit called inflation. And there's no camera on me, but I'm doing quotation marks.
Yeah, no, I know. I can tell. I can tell from the way you're doing the SpongeBob. You mean your boy me?
Yeah, so that's why I keep saying that. Why I said you're the only person. Obviously, I agree too. But the niggas that are in control of this shit are never gonna change it. It's not gonna happen. So it's just it's useless.
That was the other thing. Like when people were talking like
screaming into the void.
Yeah, people were talking about like mass student loan forgiveness, and I was like, bro, they'll never do that because they understand that there is a benefit of having a populace that is just barely treading water. There's a benefit there. I know, as sick as it sounds, there's a benefit of making sure a large swath of my population is just barely keeping it together, right? Because if you're just barely keeping it together, you know what you don't have time for? Protests. You know what you don't have time for? Strikes. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the things you don't have time for when I'm just barely making it. Nigga, if I take one day off to protest and my picture get taken here, nigga, I might be doomed. So I can't afford it. And so it's one of those things where I know exactly why it happens, right? Like, don't get me wrong, the legality thing is a small part of this equation. Like, the legality probably really wasn't even an issue because they could have just paid these people, right? It was more so about, you know what? Because of the legality, that gives us an excuse to roll it back just a little bit. So, I mean, it's just definitely nasty because I'm just like, dog, I mean, you could have just ate this. Like, this is a $30 million bump, nigga, like, at best. And again, these niggas like, oh, well, you are acting like $30 million. Bro, $30 million means nothing to the federal government if we're talking about the scale of student loan debt relief. Stop it. Get some help. It's $40 million means nothing, bro. Joe Biden forgave $1 billion in student loan debt, and it was less than 1% of the total pie. What are y'all talking? Like, $30 million is nothing. It's nothing. That's what I mean. Like, and I'm not saying these numbers mean nothing, but I say when we get to ratios and we're getting to proportions, that's when it's like, oh, okay, so this is nothing. This is literally nothing. Nigga, 30 million might be like one F-16. Actually, let me see how much an F-16 costs, allegedly.
Be more
Oh
than
my
that.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
Them niggas expensive. It might be.
Yeah. And they said it's more affordable when compared to other man, look.
How much is it?
First off, this range is insane, yeah.
It's like 100 something, right?
It's
something crazy,
12.7 to 80 million. How is that a range that big?
Damn! What's the top of the line have that the bottom of the line doesn't have? What's 80 million versus 12 million?
Oh, I got you. The F-16 IN Super Viper, yo. Know what I mean? Those
Super Viper. That's a crazy name. I like that.
200 of those cost 13 to 15 billion dollars. This is so stupid.
Wait,
yo.
Billion?
Yeah, that averages to about 70 mil per unit. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. These are fake. These are fake costs. Like none of this actually costs this much. Like this is
just this is like art.
A racket.
This is a money laundering scheme. Like
yo, this is the biggest racket on earth. Nigga, war? Please, they don't even be caring about like, bro.
What is the point of all these jets and missiles if nukes go off? What the jets gonna do?
What the nuke doing?
No, what the jet doing when the nuke go off?
No.
All this shit is fake.
You from the cockpit of the jet. What the nuke doing?
America is paying billions and trillions of dollars for the military just for some nukes to go off. And then what? It did what?
Then what? They said it did what? The Jeezy voice. And then what?
Now, once the nukes go off, what's all these fucking jets y'all paying billions for gonna do? What's all the missiles, yo?
I'll tell you what. When the nukes
what are we paying all this money for the military for when it's a nuclear arms race and we already got 700,000 nukes stockpiled? We don't even need all these people for the military. We can pay $100 to niggas in the military, and we just need niggas over there with a catapult. We just need niggas to operate the catapult to shoot the nukes over.
I want 3 niggas.
We need 3 niggas in a catapult.
Say button presser, Western Hemisphere.
Yeah. No, we need 4 niggas. We need upper, left, right, southern.
He said, "That's it, bro. That's it. I need a guy for each warhead. That's about it."
A guy for you like, come on now. What? Why are we paying so much for the military if we got just in a world-ending cataclysmic amount of nukes?
And that's always the part that, like, well, one, I think because people fail to realize, like, I know everyone likes to toss around that nuke shit and really think, yo, if you so-and-so, bro, no one's nuking anything because that is the end. I just don't think.
Yeah, no, nobody has the balls to push the button to do it.
I think the only way you drop those is if you've already, like, if you're finished already. And you're like, all right, well, I'm already going. I'm already going. I guess I might as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to beat y'all there. But I tell you what, y'all coming right after me. Speaking of nukes, which is hilarious because, you know, one of our presidents tried to drop a nuke on one of these, but there's a hurricane coming. Well, I say coming. Some of y'all have already gotten hit with it, but there's a hurricane, Hurricane Ian, or tropical storm Ian, depending on how you say it, because right now it hasn't made some landfall, but it has slowed down apparently. This is as of 2 p.m., so this is 4 hours ago. But yeah, no. So okay. Why is autoplay on? Please turn this off. Jesus Christ.
I don't feel sorry for anybody that's still getting caught in it at this point.
That's kind of crazy to say, but
no. The reason I say it is because remember there was a hurricane. What was it, like 2 or 3 years ago, where niggas were saying, if you're still there, you will die. And
yeah, well, yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember what hurricane it was. Yeah,
I don't remember what hurricane that was, but people have been saying that this hurricane is going to be of the same magnitude, and people have still been saying they're going to stay.
I just don't think we give enough credence to the fact that there are people who simply cannot get up and leave.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No, people
go ahead.
that don't have the ability to leave, all prayers and hearts go out to them. But you haven't
The niggas who
seen the
choose to
amount
stay
of
there.
people online that have been out like, fuck
I
that,
ain't
I'm not
going.
leaving.
I
I
ain't
ain't going.
going.
I've been on here. You know how many hurricanes I lived through, and
I'm like, bro,
bro,
they're getting stronger every
bro,
time.
I
Stop.
literally watched a video yesterday of a white dude standing outside in the hurricane in his front lawn, waving a flag that said "fuck Biden."
Yeah, I did see
Yeah,
that.
they decided to take a video during a hurricane of a nigga just waving a flag saying "fuck Biden." Like,
Prayers down.
I don't I literally cannot comprehend. I don't understand
Yeah,
what
Al-Shalah.
like I don't even know if I can put it into words how I feel about this. Like,
Yeah, I think, but again, we're talking about a population that is just growing increasingly more unhinged.
no, but that's what
Just on average.
it's so unhinged. Like, I don't understand how you can put your life in jeopardy just to wave a flag around to show that you don't like the president.
Yeah, who's still
You
your
so
president, regardless of how much you don't like
you
him.
can die there, or even if you don't, even if you said, "Oh yeah, they gonna fuck with this," even if you just sat there and waved the flag around and then left and went to a safe place, what did you even get out of that?
That's not even a
What
guarantee.
did
Because think about it.
I don't understand.
You saw how hard that shit was blowing. Like, I just imagine what happens when you lose footing. How do you regain it when it's blowing that hard?
You
When the wind is
don't.
blowing, when it's 70-mile-per-hour winds, once you lose your footing, this is an anime. Like, you just gonna skip. Like, you getting thrown.
He getting blown across
Yeah,
the
you
fucking.
just getting
Oh
skipped.
man.
You getting skipped like a rock across a lake, nigga. Like,
On
so
the
it's
leg.
just,
Nigga getting skipped across fucking
yeah,
concrete.
asphalt and grass. Yeah,
He's
word.
done.
You clapping niggas' mailboxes up and everything.
That's what I don't understand. Like, these people are just so mentally gone. Like, they're
Yeah.
just not even. Are they
But
even
some
people
of it
anymore?
I love though, because like you ever see like them videos of like niggas in like canoes and shit after like some wild shit, and you're like, bro, y'all had 3 feet of flooding, and this nigga's just in the canoe, like just hey, how's it going, guys?
Oh yeah,
Like
no.
it always just
I fuck with
amazes
them
me. I'm
niggas.
just
Yeah,
like, yo, humans are some of the like. It's amazing how stupid we are, but we still win. It's so
yeah.
amazing
The
to me.
niggas. Yeah, it's
It's just
always
so
hilarious
amazing to me how
every time I
dumb
see
the
it.
human race is, but we still find a way to still persevere. I think that's our greatest strength. That's our superpower. Like, some of these animals got like cloaks and they got like super filtration lungs and gills and shit. Nah. Can't die. Just too stupid to die. You're just too stupid to die. Why does that in the animal kingdom? It's natural selection. He said, nah, too stupid to die. You hear me? Just too
Listen, I'm
silly
gonna
to
find a
perish.
way.
I'm
I'm gonna
too
do it.
silly to perish. I'm telling you.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, man. Look, prayers up for the folks still in line for that. I think it's slowed
Prayers
down
up for
now
the
to like,
folks that couldn't get out. The
yeah,
people that decided to stay, I don't give a fuck what happens to y'all. As a matter of
yeah,
fact,
but
you know what? I'll just say I hope y'all die.
the
Actually, I don't
storm
care.
don't really pick and choose. And if that nigga
No, I
living
know
next
it
to
don't.
me, don't wish that on him if he living next to me.
No, my prayer is different. My prayer is gonna specifically
They pointed.
save the nigga. There's just gonna be a beam of light that shoots down on the nigga that didn't have a chance to leave. But
he
the
got
nigga
a
next to
prayer
him,
beam.
the nigga next to him is gonna get carried away in the alligator shark
Yo, what's
water.
that? Is the shit from Gears of War? Was it the Hammer of Dawn?
The hammer of
They
dawn.
got the prayer of dawn, nigga. Like nigga got the prayer of dawn, yo.
Listen, my prayers mean something, yo. When I pray, some shit happen. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Because I've been praying for Brett Favre to
What
go to
is this
jail,
getting
and
into?
we're getting
Yeah, I was gonna
close.
say,
We're
what is
getting
this
close.
getting into?
Yeah,
Like,
you already
yeah,
know what
let's
I was
go.
going.
Yes, yo, this nigga Briff,
I've
fuck
been
jail, man.
praying
I
for
want
Brett
this
Favre.
nigga to get in
Nah,
front
I can't
of
say what I really want from him.
yeah.
Him and the niggas he involved. Tate Reeves, bro. Listen. I have
Nate
nothing.
Reeves was in that.
Yeah, of course. He was the governor. He was the one who siphoned the funds out.
Oh wait, sorry. I was thinking about it was a nigga in the NFL named Tate Reeves that I was thinking about.
Who?
Google, hold on, what's that?
You said in the NFL? You said?
I'm pretty sure it was a nigga named Tank in the NFL.
I'm sure there's multiple niggas named Tank.
Wait, okay, so let's just move past it then, because I guarantee you it's not the nigga I was thinking about. The governor of Mississippi is named Tank Reeves.
Tate, Tate, like Tate, Golden Tate.
Yeah. Tate. Okay.
Yeah. I'm about to call him Taint Reeves. You know, like Taint, like that. Don't worry about it.
That's what I thought you said. I was finna Google Taint.
Please don't Google that. So for those who don't know, Brett Favre is a former Hall of Fame quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. You know, your dad probably liked him at one point, but unfortunately, he apparently is a dog shit human being, which I can't say I'm shocked about, but I just didn't know.
No, I knew, because even before this scandal, he's been doing dog shit before this.
I didn't know anything. I'm not gonna hold you. All I knew was he had like sent his meat.
You never heard none of his views? Oh
no, no, literally. I just knew like he sent his meat to some women, but I don't even remember the facts of that case. I don't even remember, was it unsolicited or did they just catch him sending dick pics? I don't know. I didn't look that deep into it because I just didn't care. Let me see. They said they probed into it. Deliberately delayed probes. Oh yeah, okay. To minimize publicity for him, he was accused of sexting a Jets hostess. He left some voicemails.
Listen, he did that shit.
Well, yeah, he clearly did it. I mean, if that was consensual, then I don't like. I get maybe it's in violation of the rules, but who gives a shit?
No, I'm thinking it wasn't consensual. It was a Jets hostess, and Brett Favre, the nigga he is. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing consensual.
Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, so that was that whole thing. And so long story short, Brett Favre got involved with a welfare scandal because there was a misappropriation of roughly $77 million from Mississippi's welfare fund. For those who don't know, Mississippi is also the poorest state in the nation, so I'm sure this means nothing. This has no explanation or no bearing on why. So obviously Brett Favre denied knowing that the money he received was for different projects, or he denied knowing that it was welfare money. But of course, court filings showed that he simply did not give a shit.
How is it even possible that he got
It's just, bro, this is just what's the word? It's just siphoning of funds. Like that's all politics is, and I think people do have this. Like it's just finding money. This is what I mean when I say money's fake. You just took $77 million out of a welfare fund to buy a volleyball stadium. First off, let's back up for a second. What the fuck is a volleyball stadium? What is a volleyball arena? Nigga, just put a net on a basketball court. What are we talking about?
With some sand.
Yeah, that's for beach volleyball. They don't even play beach volleyball. So it's just what is a volleyball stadium? I'm dead serious. Like I wish volleyball stadium near me. This is a basketball court. What a net! This is ridiculous. This is so, to me, that's already the silly shit. Like the fact that niggas literally built a volleyball stadium. Like, so that's all. Listen, I'm sorry to anybody who plays volleyball, but what the fuck y'all need a stadium for? Bro, put a net on that basketball court, and yeah, we're good to go. We're good to go.
That's it.
So anyway, he built a stadium for his daughter because his daughter was coming to play, and I guarantee his daughter. Like, I hate to show his daughter, but she's probably not even nice, bro. Like, like, and so he did this. I think that was like $8 million or $9 million. And so, long story short, this is Mississippi's largest ever public corruption case, right? And it involves money from TANF, right? Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. Which a federal program, which again I was on TANF, so I know what it is, but a federal program that provides grant funds to states and territories to help families in needs, and it goes to stuff like child care assistance, job preparation, and work assistance. So again, nothing that the poorest state in the nation would need, surely. So last week, a former executive director of Mississippi's Department of Human Services pled guilty for one count of conspiracy and one count of theft, and they said that that person worked with 4 unnamed co-conspirators, and that guy will be sentenced in February. I get the feeling they're going to let him off light, which to me, I think is nasty. I think I don't know. I'm sorry. Like cases like this, I feel like everyone here should be like pinned to the wall
Crucified.
at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
niggas need to get gone. Yeah,
like
absolutely.
because again, like it'd be one thing if you were just stealing money from some other state fund, but to specifically steal it from the welfare fund and to specifically do this in a
And
state that
from
just got
the
hit with a water crisis.
brokest, yeah,
And it's the poorest state. No, sorry. We got to push you up against the
niggas
wall.
need to get strung up, bro. Fuck that nigga. Burn him alive at the stake. At the stake.
And literally,
Despite
Brett Favre was
evidence,
asking at one point, if you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much? You knew it was coming from a place it shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So you might not have known it came specifically from the welfare fund, but you knew for a fact this was, you know what I mean? It was coming from a place where like, and so literally, like the woman was pretty much saying, "Oh yeah, the governor's on board. You'll be good." And then Brett Favre responded, "Awesome. I needed to hear that for sure." Like that nigga was pussy. You still got caught. Ain't that the worst part? How did he get caught? Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, no, that's fucking insane.
Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not it. I thought that was it. Oh, I was about to say $5 million volleyball. I'm really getting mad at that, y'all. I'm getting so mad at volleyball stadium. Those two words together make me so angry. He wanted to get a new football facility at Southern Miss. And then a whole bunch of other stuff. And it's funny because he mentioned about he wanted to recruit Deion Sanders' son to come play at Southern Miss. And it was funny because I remember even Tate Reeves, the governor, made a statement about Jackson State, which is the school that Deion Sanders coaches at, and he pretty much said like, "Nah, they don't deserve no stadium." So to me, when you combine those two things together, it's like, yo, this is fully orchestrated, right? This is fully orchestrated. So
insane to actually think about. Like, what the fuck is?
Yeah, and so Brett Favre was pretty much putting a lot of pressure on niggas to the point to where he was talking to someone, Bryant, Phil Bryant. Who is Phil Bryant? What's your title, sir? I don't care. He was talking to some guy named Phil Bryant. And pretty much he texted him. He was pressing him like, "Yo, listen, yo, need that bread." And I quote, "We are not taking no for an answer. You are a Southern Miss alumni, and folks need to know you are a supporter of the university." Right? And then Brian replied back, said, "Yo, we gonna get there, man. This was a great meeting, but we gotta follow the law." Oh, this is the best part. "I am too old for federal prison." DK. So like niggas knew, everybody involved knew exactly what the hell they were doing. Oh, Ted DiBiase was involved with this too? Oh no, not the $1 Million Man.
Ted DiBiase, nigga, what are we? Hold on, no.
Not the $1 Million Man.
Nah, what the fuck is really happening right now?
Oh no, not Ted DiBiase. That's not that shocking though to me. He always did give me a little. But yeah, so needless to say, man, you know, prayers out for Mississippi. Hopefully all these people get put up against the wall. You're not going to
explain what you just said about Ted DiBiase? Or
so the Mississippi Department of Human Services filed a lawsuit in May 2022 against Favre, 3 former pro wrestlers, and multiple other people and businesses in an attempt to recover millions in welfare dollars. Which to me, this is odd because it's like y'all gave them money. So like, is this a new group of people that want their money back, or I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm confused. But so we got Brett DiBiase, who is the younger son of Ted DiBiase. Then Ted DiBiase Jr. As well. Damn, he had the whole family involved with this shit. But yeah, and so all this started with like him basically. He was paid $1.1 million for motivational speeches he never gave, and it kind of started there. And I don't think niggas really realized how deep this went until they started looking through that and was like, "Wait a minute, why was you talking to so and so?" He was like, "No, I wasn't." Nah, why? So what was y'all talking for, yo? So needless to say, man, hopefully Brett is out of here. I'd love to see it. I always love to see terrible white people go to jail. So
yeah, I want that nigga cooked. Absolutely.
Prayers down. Out Shala. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Staying on football. Yeah. Staying on football. I guess we go review week 2. What's the time at right now? We're at about an hour 34. We got time.
Yeah.
So let's review some of these games. I don't know how many of them you watched because I know you were, may not have been all the way here. So I guess we can start. We'll just go in order. Steelers Browns. I don't really give a shit. That game was a snooze fest. But
Yeah.
the Browns won. Bills Dolphins. That was a great game.
Yeah.
It was like
Didn't
100
expect
degrees
that
out there.
outcome. What?
Yeah,
It
no.
was 100 degrees. It was that hot out
Yeah,
there.
it was in Miami,
Yeah.
and it was like feels like
Oh yeah, it
100.
was in Miami.
Like,
Yeah,
which
that makes
explains,
sense.
like, if you watch the game, it explains why every other play niggas is like dropping dead, like dropping like flies.
Damn.
Excuse me. Bengals won 27-12 against the Jets. The Bengals look terrible, man. I'm not liking what I see. Like, I mean, they put up 27 against the Jets, whose defense isn't. They have a good defense this year, but it's just.
What the Bengals got going on right now. It's like
They just
their
look. I mean, well,
defense.
don't get me wrong. Their O line stinks still, which is weird because they made a lot of changes and they addressed that, but I don't know, just hasn't worked out. Titans barely beat the Raiders. The Raiders are so disappointing, bro. So disappointing. Like, I just don't understand how you have games where like Devontae Adams just can't get it going. Like, I'm like, okay, just listen to the stat line. Devontae Adams, 5 catches, 36 yards, and a touchdown, right? So I guess the thought is, well, they're probably double teaming him, which opens up space for who underneath? Darren Waller, right?
Mm-hmm.
Darren Waller has 3 catches for 22 yards. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, who caught the ball? Well, Mac Hollins led the Raiders in receiving yards with 8 receptions, 158 yards, and a touchdown. Now, I just want to ask everyone in here. Name one other team Mac Hollins played for.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
I know. I only know him because he played for Miami. I think it was last year. But it's just this is terrible. Like, I just don't see why Mac Hollins is your number 2 receiver when you have Darren Waller and they're doubling Devontae. I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused about that. And that's just something I'm not gonna get. Like, I'm just not gonna understand why y'all can't get that done. But it's cool. Maybe y'all just mid. I don't know. But that was that. What else? Saints Panthers. Good God, I never want to speak about a Saints game again.
I don't want to speak about a fucking Panthers game.
Yeah, well, Panthers too. They won, but like, boy, I don't want to see you guys at all. What is this? The NFC South, I think. NFC South, something like that. They're in the same division as Tampa Bay. Yo, just nuke this whole division and move Tampa Bay somewhere else, please. Falcons are in this division too. Oh God, yeah. Just nuke this division, please. Ravens, Patriots. This is a good game, man. I think people keep talking about Tua for MVP. I'm like, bro, Lamar's going stupid. Like, he's going dumb and throwing it to nobody, nigga. Rashad Bateman and a bunch of Target cashiers. Vikings, oh my goodness. Boy, did we try to get a Lions this game, the whole game. Somehow eked out a dub at the end. It was a very ugly game. Hated to watch it. Eagles dominated the shit out of the Commanders. The Eagles look really good this year. I'm not going to hold you.
Yeah, I told Reef that shit looks fucking insane.
The Eagles look pretty good.
They're 3-0 right now.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Their defense is significantly better than last year. Mm-hmm. And so I think they're sort of just like, they're not making the crucial mistakes. And I think that's the key difference. Like, Jalen Hurts, from year to year, he doesn't look significantly better this year to me. But he just does look like he's not just throwing the ball away and just lose. Like, he's taking better care of the ball. And I think that's kind of all they really needed from him to take that next step. Like, they didn't need him to become a pocket passer or like the fucking Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. I just needed you to take care of the ball.
That's what Reef was saying. Just they had a decent defense. They had good run.
They were one of the best running teams
in the fucking pass.
Take care of the ball, yeah. Take it, and the funniest thing is when you look at the stats, like, he's not even like lighting teams up. He's just taking care of the ball, right? Mm-hmm. He's just not doing dumb shit. Like, if it's a turnover, it's just one. You know, last game against Commanders, 340, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, 20 rushing yards. Like, you're doing your job. And I think as long as you do that, I mean, especially in that doo-doo ass NFC East, I don't see y'all niggas not winning 12 games this year. Who's gonna stop y'all? So we had Chiefs and Colts. This was a weird game. The Colts don't look good, but the Chiefs looked worse. So I don't know. The Colts
Yeah,
haven't
the
looked good in a few
Chiefs.
weeks, though, in my opinion. But the Chiefs, I don't know what happened in this game, in my opinion. Like
I don't know what's going on with the Chiefs. They haven't looked good, and this whole season they haven't looked good.
oh yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't even think of who they played, so I really couldn't even tell you. But it hasn't been great. It has not been great. And I'm just kind of I just be watching the games like, all right. I mean, y'all won, but
Y'all won, but that's all right.
but yeah. So Jonathan Taylor's looked out like I know, and my thing is, I'm hoping, like I want Jonathan Taylor on my fantasy team. I know that he's been playing like an RB2 lately, if that. Probably like mostly RB2, but
Nigga,
you know,
him and Nine Himes have probably been like on the same footing at this point.
yeah, which is nuts.
Yeah, that's
But yeah, so like I just like the Colts will figure it out at some point. And mind you, they're when you're getting dubs over the Chiefs while you still haven't figured it out, I mean that's a good sign. Uh, but I don't know, man. It just looks bad. It just looks ugly. Bears beat the Texans by 3. The Bears also don't look good, but Khalil Herbert looks like an animal.
that nigga's been going off this year. Well, not going off, but he's been doing
He's in like top
what he
10 for
should
rushing,
have
and he's
been.
a backup. Like,
Yeah,
like
I
what are we
don't
talking
get
about?
it.
This is his
I
first
don't
like full time
understand.
performance. Like, and he's 10, like in the top 10 for rushing.
Like
Like, okay,
the RB1's not right there. The refrigerator that is fucking David Montgomery
and he be
is not
getting
there.
mad touches, dog. And nigga be getting 20 touches a game at least. Bro, I'm like, yo, how you get 20 touches and finish the game with 9 points? Like, that shit is insane. Um,
I don't get it, man.
who else? Jaguars stepped on the Chargers. I actually won money off of this game. Funny enough. I just had a feeling. I was like, with Justin Herbert being injured and then the Chargers being down, like Bosa and a couple other players, and the way that the Jags have been playing lately, I was like, yeah, I can see the Jags getting these niggas out of here. And I won bread off of this. So they in fact did get these niggas out of here. Jags look interesting this year. They look real good. I wouldn't say they look real good, but they look interesting. They look like
I would say they look good. They look
they
good.
they look like, you remember how like the Lions were last year and I guess partially this year, where like they look competitive, like in every game that they look like they
Nigga,
can
the
compete
Lions
every
look
week.
competitive every year, honestly. And
Okay,
then they
let's
just
not
don't.
let's
Nah, let's no, let's do it.
let's not go
The
that
Lions,
far.
the
Okay,
Lions be trying, okay?
they do
The
be
Lions
trying, but
be
there's a
trying,
difference
bro.
between
Between
trying
trying and
and looking
competitive,
competitive. Yes,
competing.
yes, because some niggas be trying, they be getting spanked still. But Rams and Cardinals, I thought this would be more of a blowout. I thought the Rams were gonna run through the Cardinals. I was kind of shocked to see this game be so close, but I don't know. The Cardinals are another disappointing team.
Yeah, I have a nigga on the Cardinals, so I get it.
And I'm not gonna hold you. I ended up falling asleep for like the last 2 games. Excuse me. I think it was like the Packers Bucks game. I didn't see any of it. And Falcons Seahawks, I didn't see any of it. I had money on both games and won, so like that's nice. But
Good for you.
um, I didn't watch back. So like I remember waking up and like seeing that the Packers beat the Bucks, and I'm just like, bro, how Aaron Rodgers is throwing it to a fucking
Yeah. Alan Lazard.
Alan Lazard, Romeo Dubes, and shout out to Romeo Dubes. The nigga
You just said
he's
a nigga
nice.
name who I don't know, bro.
I don't even know Dubes Dobbs. I think it's
Romeo
Doubs. Yeah, he's a receiver from Nevada. He's nice. He's nasty. Like, but it's just like I didn't think he would be. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, I mean, that what we doing? Like, okay, like
That's what they gotta do. Ain't shit else there, so I mean.
yeah. And I feel like I get the feeling that they may make a trade for a receiver, but I don't know.
They have to, because what the fuck else is going on right now?
Well, I mean, Aaron Rodgers does often get it done with nothing. To me,
Not this season. That
yeah.
nigga is not doing shit right now.
Well,
But
they are
it's only
2-1. It's good enough.
it's only what are we on the 4th game right now?
Yeah, it's about to be week 4.
Yeah, so nothing that's really going on right now means anything, really.
Yeah. Who else?
You
Falcons,
know,
Seahawks. I didn't watch this game at all.
Tua and fucking what's his name? Fuck, what's his
Joe
name?
Patriots.
No, not Joe. The quarterback for Washington right now.
Carson Wentz.
Carson, they got the best
Wait,
records
no.
right now. It is
Yeah.
Carson Wentz, yeah. They got the best records right now.
What does that mean?
Look it up.
Well, I mean, not as a team. You mean like personal winning records?
No, not personal win records. Like their touchdown ratings and their passing ratings. Them two got the best ratings right now. That's why this early in the season, like
Let me
the
see. Hold
quarterbacks
on.
are.
This is passer rating. Lamar Jackson's first. Who the fuck are these dudes? Okay, you have 5 attempts. Get out of my face. Lamar Jackson, Tua, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence. Wow. Who knew
I
Trevor
thought
Lawrence?
Carson Wentz would have been higher than that, honestly.
Are you kidding me? Carson Wentz is in the middle. Cooper Rush is better than Carson Wentz right now.
That's insane considering he just.
Nah, you want to hear something nastier, yo? Carson Wentz has a better QBR than Tom Brady right now, and Matt Stafford, and Joe Burrow.
I knew that. Yeah,
Russell Wilson has the worst passer rating in the league. That is insane.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
That is very insane.
Like Reef said, he just don't have a fucking. He don't have a relationship with his passers yet, or his receivers
I can see
yet.
it though. I can because I'm looking around now. I'm looking at sacks. Joe Burrow has 15 sacks through 3 games. That's
Damn!
That is
That's
unsustainable,
5 a game!
dog. Carson Wentz, same thing. 5 through 3 games. Daniel Jones, Matt Ryan, Jameis Winston, Justin Fields. And it starts to make some sense. Like, you start thinking to yourself, well, these offenses have looked like shit. And it's probably because these niggas are being assaulted every play. There weren't any starters with no sacks yet. Let's see. No. The lowest sack quarterback is Pat Mahomes and Trevor Lawrence. Pat Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence. Are we counting Cooper Rush? No. He didn't start every game. Justin Herbert, Ryan Tannehill, Jared Goff, and Kirk Cousins. Interesting. Anyway, what else we got on this list? I'm not going to speak about this 49ers-Broncos game. I will never talk about the Broncos again this season. I'm signing a petition to get them off of not just primetime TV, but just off of any airways and anywhere in the country.
I'm with that.
I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them ever again. Yeah, no, I'm fighting hard for this, nigga. I'll tell you what, that $20,000 Joe Biden was gonna give me for my student loans, I'll give him that back if he promises to take the Broncos off of prime.
That is fucking insane.
I will give him that $20K back if he promises, if he ensures me that he can take the Broncos off of primetime television. No Thursday, no Monday night, no Sunday night, not even 1 p.m. games only, nigga.
I was gonna say you want them niggas to play only when you not watching.
Honestly, I would love it if they didn't have a license to show them games. Like, whoever the Broncos played, it's just you got to take our word for it. What was the score? It was 38-19.
Are you sure? Yeah. I got a license for it.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you. Why wouldn't you believe me? Yeah, Reef, I heard the same thing. I definitely heard him say that. Like, bro, stop it. They've been competitive for 2 seasons. All right, and that's great. Shout out to Detroit football because they're playing very well these last 2 seasons. Even though it's not fully translating to wins, but they have not always been competitive. Like, there was a point where Titus Young was their leading receiver. Like, please stop. Get some help. Come on, son.
Detroit competitive this year. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm renouncing Philadelphia. I'm going back to Detroit. I'm a Detroit fan again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Detroit fan.
All right. At least you're not a Giants fan.
No. Well, a lot of niggas listening don't know. The only reason that I was a fan of fucking the Eagles is because after high school I moved to Atlanta and I became a Falcons fan. And then everything happened to fucking Mike Vick.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then
To the
he went
Eagles.
to the
Yeah,
Eagles.
gotcha.
And then I just became an Eagles fan after that.
I was so lost. In my head, I was like, where the fuck is the connection? Like, I was like,
yeah. That's ever since then I've been an Eagles fan. Literally, ever since then I've been an Eagles fan. But you know what? I'm going back to the fucking Lions. I'm a Lions fan now.
Now, my question is, with the Eagles being 3-0, why would you do something so bold yet so stupid?
Because I'm not a bandwagoner. I don't care about who's winning. I care about where my feelings at. Next question.
A man of principle. I love
a man of principle. Exactly.
I love
that's crazy to drop off. Now you mention it, you know what? I might go back.
Yeah, like, bro,
it's crazy.
These niggas are 3-0 and they look really good. He's like, you know what? I'm ready to see some Detroit football. Like, what is he doing?
You know what? That's fair. You know, I stick by my decision. No,
he said, nigga at the bar sipping. He's like, oh my god, hold on, is that a Barry Sanders jersey? He said, yeah, you know. I'm trying to think of like a random Detroit Lions player from like 2004 that I could say and get a jersey of.
2004, I wouldn't even fucking know because you know I was born in 1993. So
I got you. They were 6-10. Oh, they had Roy Williams on their squad. Rookie Roy Williams too.
Actually, no, okay, I know who Roy Williams is.
Joey
I wasn't really
Harrington.
into I wasn't into football as a kid. I was more into basketball. So I would need like
Who are these niggas? Was I watching football in 04? Who are these niggas?
Were you? I don't know.
Maybe I wasn't.
Said I wasn't watching football when I was a kid. I was watching fucking basketball. I was watching the Pistons, Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, you had a much better distraction there.
I was watching fucking Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace.
Okay, 2006. Yeah, I'm about to get a John Kitna jersey.
John Kitna? Stop talking to me, please.
I'm about to get a Kitna jersey.
A Kitna jersey. So, man. Listen. We doing a lot right now. Like I said,
Bro, you can go back if you want. Nobody will judge you.
I'm not going back, bro. I'm not a bandwagoner, bro. I'm not just going to go back.
Perhaps you should.
Maybe I should go back just because... You know what? This makes me
Just do both.
Nah, I can be a fan of both. Mm-hmm. I can be a fan of both. All right,
they're separate divisions. They're not rivals. You're good.
All right, I'm gonna be a fan of both. Then I'm gonna be a fan of the Lions and the Eagles. Whoever win, I'm a fan.
That's how you cover your bases. Stay true to the soil, but at the same time, what them playoffs looking like? Trying to see what that be like.
You know how fucked up it would have been if I left the Eagles as they were doing good, and then went to the Lions. Yeah.
Remember, it was funny because even that season that the Eagles, like the whole Saint Nick and all of that shit, I remember during that run just being a fan because I was just like, dog, this is magic, nigga. These niggas can't lose. Like, this is magic. Like, this, I'm literally watching the games. Like, bro, these niggas are beating everybody. Like, and then I forgot who they. Matter of fact, let me look at that run.
Dog.
Physical harm.
Nigga, that was you, not me. You was doing that.
Oh no, this is the year they lost. Maybe I got the wrong one. Yeah, what year did them niggas win the shit? Is that 2017?
27. The Eagles definitely.
Yeah, that was it. That was 2017. Yeah.
The Eagles won in 2017.
It was 17-18 season. So they won technically in 18. It was February 2018. But no, I remember the divisional round. They played the Falcons. That was Saint Nick. That was Nick Foles. That was
Oh man.
Yeah. That was that. But I remember because I remember divisional round. They played the Eagles the Falcons, and this was Matt Ryan. Yeah. This is coming off of the Super Bowl. Matt Ryan. That was a team to beat. And I remember they got him out of there, and I was like, okay, all right. You know, Nicky Foles is looking like the guy. And then they came out, and what I tell you, they railroaded the Vikings. The game after that, I was just like, yeah, no, these guys are for real. These guys are really fucking for real. Like, because I mean, like, yeah, they should have beat us, but like, they shouldn't have spanked us like this.
Yeah, shouldn't have beat the shit. It's crazy that they. Not it's crazy. It's good that they still keep these people around. Nick Foles.
Oh, Matt Collins was on that team. Look at that. He's got a ring. Look at that. Look at that. Shout out to Matt Collins. And then it was just magic. Like, just watching this whole shit. And I was just like, wow, man. Like, they're going to do it. Like, I know they're going to do it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wouldn't give up on that yet. You know, you still got a chance. I mean, but I guess we'll finish this off because right now where we at? We almost at 2 hours. I didn't have nothing else. I was gonna talk about the Stadia, but I don't think nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Stadium,
Yeah, I don't
man.
either.
They fucked that up, yeah.
But so tonight, Bengals Dolphins. Yeah, then they went toe to toe. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Like the wildest part about the Super Bowl game itself was just like being a fan and knowing the lore of Tom Brady and knowing like had it not been for what's his name, Brandon Graham stripping Brady on that last drive, that game goes to overtime. Like that game undoubtedly.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Yeah, he said I went to that game thinking how they gonna stop Brady, and they didn't. And they almost did.
Oh, he said he went into the game. I thought he said he went to that game. Like, oh, you were there in person?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. 99% of the game they didn't stop Brady. All it took was one. All I had to do was stop him once.
Yeah,
when it counted most. And that was they literally stopped that nigga one time. Like, and I think it was just so wild because I remember seeing him get the ball and I was like, y'all left too much time on it. Like, I remember like having the same scenario and play in my head, like, dog, if Tom Brady do it to y'all, this is the greatest nigga that's ever walked the earth. Like, because I'm watching what's happening. This is Saint Nick. This ain't Nick Foles. This is Saint Nick. Like, I'm watching what you're doing to the best teams in the league this year. And I'm like, bro, you're a nobody. You were a nobody your whole career. Nigga was just a backup. Career backup said, nah, you know what? Damn, Carson Wentz hurt. All right, I'm finna turn up. Like, and he just decided to turn up. And it was just wild. It was just wild to see. You know, it was one of them things where, you know, oh, nah, yeah, he absolutely got paid. When he spent it, he went to the Bears and promptly proceeded to stink. But yeah, no. So what we think of the Bengals Dolphins tonight, yo? How we see that one going? I think the Dolphins
literally, I think the Dolphins got it too, but I do not I don't know how this is gonna go. Gambling wise, I have no idea.
When we get off the air, I could throw you a little. Well, I mean, I know you do a little different, so I don't know if I could.
Well, no, you can still throw me because I still got money on the line, so you can still throw me.
Pause maybe? I don't know.
Said throw, not wrote.
Yeah, no, I know you said throw, but I don't know. It sounds nutty saying throw you.
Oh, I mean, if it sucks, you can definitely throw me some shit. Yeah, I'll take that. What you throwing?
He said, "What you tossing, yo?"
what you got for me, yo? I'm waiting.
Yeah, Dolphins are definitely good. I'd like to see the Bengals win, considering I have one of their players on my fantasy team who I won't mention. But
nigga, I got Tyreek, so I definitely I don't even play you this week, but I'm against you.
Yeah, I got bets on Tyreek, so I'm for you. I hope your wildest dreams come true this week, pal.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's just for me though. Like,
no. I mean, it's gonna help me in fantasy wise. Yeah. So.
But I think my problem with the Bengals is like in terms of their actual offense, they have the explosion. We all saw it last year. Nigga, they can outscore arguably anybody, or they can keep up with arguably anybody if it just comes down to points. But I think my problem is it's like with what we've seen from that D line or that O line through 3 games, it's just like dog. Like this. Come on now. And now, granted, you played 3 good defenses, right? You played the Cowboys, who are like arguably one of the best defenses in the league right now. You played the Steelers, which is a very good defense. And then you play the Jets, which is a much better defense that just hired a defensive coach who was the coach of a top 10 defense last year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and now you're playing the Dolphins, pretty good defense. Then you play the Ravens next week, also a good defense. It's like they got a lot of good Ds this year. Yeah, that was crazy. Pause, but yeah, no, this is wild. Yeah. I mean, look, it's them that's getting good D this year, not me. So I don't know. That's their problem.
You getting that good D too. Cool.
Y'all won.
I mean, sure, we all getting good D. We getting good D from fucking.
He said it's time that yo. All right, man. We are not all getting good. Cut it out.
We all getting guarded from fucking COVID and monkeypox. We all get that good D. I mean, I don't see what the problem is.
My mask that I wear outside provide me with good D. Just like
we all getting that good D right now. We chilling, right? I don't see the problem, bro. If you got a problem, that's with you, bro. I'm just saying.
You don't like that? You don't like NBA basketball? Those are my favorite niggas. Who's that? The Kings announcers, I think.
Yeah,
the Kings announcers, the Hornets announcers, even the Chicago niggas be funny. Those are the niggas you seen cutting up when they was clowning that dude.
Yeah, the Bulls. That was the Bulls.
Yeah, the Chicago announcers. It's a lot of like local. My one of my favorites is I actually hate like what's that? Yes Network or whatever network they show the Nets and the Knicks games on, or MSG, all that dog shit. But I be fucking with like Clyde go crazy. Like he just be wheeling and dealing. Like they can be having me screaming. Shout out Clyde Frazier, man. Man. One of the GOATs. I mean Walt Frazier, but I'm gonna call him Clyde.
Hopefully he hear this.
I mean Clyde is just, he not gonna hear this, but shout out to Clyde Frazier, boy. Nigga be wearing them silly ass suits. But somebody gotta do it since Craig Sager passed.
Rip to that man. For sure, yeah.
But yeah, man, that's it, man. That's all we got, man. The long-awaited episode 67, man. Appreciate y'all for coming on.
Very long-awaited, since we didn't do one last week.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all, man, for coming out, man. Any last words? Anybody got anything else they want to say before we split?
Yeah, Reef, unmute your mic. Yo, last words.
Yeah, man, last words, yo.
This thing on?
It could be, perhaps.
I don't got nothing to say. Put me on the spot. I'm cooking.
It's actually funny because now it's gonna create 3 tracks and yours is gonna be like 12 seconds long. But yeah, man, I don't got nothing else. Let me think. No, nothing.
I'm hoping.
Actually, you sure you want to stay a Detroit fan? Yeah.
Nah, he gonna go.
No, yeah,
he gonna double up.
I'm gonna double up, yeah.
Put your faith in Jared Goff. Got you. All right.
No, I'm not putting faith in Jared
Goff jersey.
Yo, listen, I'm from Detroit, yo. I gotta get what we get. But that's why I was such a fan of Matt Stafford That's why I wanted him to win last year. Because he's from Detroit.
Everybody wanted Matt Stafford to win because he was there getting tortured in Detroit his whole career.
Yeah.
Put that nigga in the gauntlet.
Fuck the gauntlet. That nigga was in Dark Souls. That nigga Matt Stafford was playing.
That was Dark Souls. A no-hit run. No-hit run.
I think he was thinking it.
Nah, I know. Every time he took a hit. Oh, fuck, yo.
That nigga is gonna have back pain for the rest of his life.
That nigga,
yeah. He's not. I like him, and he's in a good place right now. But he's not gonna win another one.
I heard reports where like he literally has to sit out of practice sometimes because he's just in so much pain sometimes.
Nigga, his body 46.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done. He's not gonna win another one. So I'm happy he got one.
It's funny though because I remember so many people were like, I remember mad niggas like, yeah, I'm rooting for him, da da da, and I was like, maybe I just got a different perspective being a Vikings fan and seeing this bastard twice a year and him stealing a win or 2 from us every single season. I was just like, nah, no, fuck this guy. Oh, nice little story, a guy who's finally getting a chance to get off a doo-doo team. And I'm like, yeah, no, Joe, get this guy out of here. Okay? Get this guy the fuck out of here. Yo, what was they calling Joe Burrow? It was calling a nigga all types of silly ass names. I was like, yeah,
I don't know what bad names they was calling him. I know niggas calling him Joe Shiesty.
Yeah, Joe.
I know niggas is
I was like, yo, Joe, get him out of here, yo. I'm tired. I've watched this nigga beat our team twice for no reason. I watched a game. It's Megatron and a bunch of nobodies. Megatron be double all game.
Megatron, Matt Stafford, and some nobodies, and then look what happened. Y'all niggas got cooked, yo.
And I be sick. I be getting to the end of the game. I'm like, bro, if he was double covered every play, explain to me how he has 11 catches, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. How does that happen? Like, I would just be so mad. Like, bro, he's being doubled, man.
You know what? I shouldn't have never even stopped being a Detroit fan.
Okay,
I know I moved.
All right,
totally getting out of here now. See you later, folks.
We're not going.
Yeah,
we're not doing
let's
this.
go here. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, end it.